All right. Hello, hello. Today will be the first ever live broadcast of the What If Galaxy Battle. So if everybody's here and about to see, this will be ever the first ever live What If the gods and there you could say the champions go out and battle. Now there's only going to be like maybe two battles of this What If live. So this will be part one of the live battle of the gods summoning the champions. So we're going to get this started. So if everyone's here, we're just going to give a couple of minutes and then we're going to get this started. And then after this video, or you could say live broadcast, I'm going to get to the videos I was supposed to do. But anywho, let's just wait for a couple minutes, get this started. All right. I think it's about time to get this started. So let's get this started. So this will be part one of What If, or should I say, the Galaxy Battle of the Gods. Now, I shall give out the warning. This should contain blood, gore, guts, many, you could say, language, and possibly death if it comes to it. But if you can handle all that stuff, please get the fuck out the kitchen if you can't handle it, because shit's about to get spicy. But other than that, let's get started. Now we start off with Keishan Uchiha. Pretty much, you could say the one who wanted this tournament to happen. As he's sitting in his seat, he's pretty much bored and pretty much thinking it's time for the battles to commence. Well, the consensus or the participants for it to start. Now he's pretty much telling all the other gods, is all the other gods ready? Which half of them is not, and half of them is ready, which they already have their champions. This is where we're gonna say Kill says, let's just have the participants already have. Let's just have the first ones go out first, and then the rest shall be joining in. Which this is where Keishan Uchiha says, all right. Now this is where he creates the tournament, and it's kind of like the tournament of power, but much different inside a way. It's only one round. It's only one round space, and it has houses, stuff, people to hide, also to recover, and to get damage around. Now, this is also where they have seats, where the gods will be looking, and also where they can see, well, you could say everywhere, and see what's going to go happen. Now, before they start, they pretty much just, doing the lousy commercials and, bootleg commercials and all that stuff before the match started. And they pretty much grab their two champions. Now, these two different champions will be, we're going to summon, who should be two people? We're going to do the summon, the harem. Let's do the harem god. Actually, no, let's do the Galaxy King. Deku the Galaxy King will be first. From, if y'all ever watched that one, what if Deku was the Galaxy King 18 plus, he will be first, consensus, and the second one will be Naruto. And this will be, which Naruto? We have a lot of Narutos that have been chosen by gods. You know what? Let's do the OP one. Let's do the Naruto with the Rinnegan, with the Galaxy Rinnegan eyes. Or we should say, yeah, let's do that one. Now, these would be two of the contestants. Y'all will see this battle commence shortly. But right now, let's get this commercial break. So, y'all guys decide who will win while I go get my drinks, because I like to see a good battle too. So, I should be right back. All right. All right. Let's get this started. Let's see. All right. The battle shall be started. Now, now, the battle should be commenced. All gods should be taking their seats, and all viewers from other dimension universes, and also here in this live, shall see this fight commence. Now, without further ado, let's get this started. Now, Naruto pretty much is looking around, pretty much confused where he's at, which this is where Kishan Uchiha explains, welcome. The two champions that were decided by gods, decided by y'all truly chosen by y'all gods to have their power, will be fighting for the tournament to see if y'all can qualify for the next match. Now, Naruto, which Naruto looks up and pretty much saying, yeah, you have been chosen by one of the gods to fight. Now, of course, we all know that god's name. If y'all forgot, well, I will remind y'all later on. But pretty much, the god is pretty much looking down, and pretty much Naruto looks in, does a head shake down, saying okay, and he's pretty much ready, activating his Rinnegan. Now, this is Naruto. We're gonna say a little bit older than his teenager. Pretty much already unlocked the. We're gonna say stage 3 in his Rinnegan, Galaxy Rinnegan. Now, also, this is where Kishan Uchiha goes to the next person and looks at Deku and says, the the Galaxy King Deku, the one I chose, and also the rest of the gods have decided. All right. Right now I have to get some more preparations done, but we will be talking about the other participant Deku, the Galaxy King, in a minute. So I will be right back at these messages. Ooh. All right, I'm back. Let's get this started. So, the next person, Deku, the Galaxy King. We're going to get this started and we're going to explain pretty much a little bit about Deku and how he got chosen. And we're going to talk about how did he pretty much became the Galaxy King. Now, I'm just going to put a little detail. So, how he got chosen was pretty much by the Galaxy Roundtable because last Galaxy King got, you could say, killed or was corrupted with too much power. And he pretty much met his fate. Now, when he met his fate, they were looking for a new Galaxy King because there's a Galaxy God and a Galaxy King, where the Galaxy King, has a separate reputation to it, but he's more like the person to watch over the universes to report to the higher ups. So, yeah, which they was looking for a universe for who can be the proper Galaxy King, and that became Deku. Now, of course, Deku was, you could say, not having a quirk or anything out of all his brothers and sisters, and he got chosen to become the Galaxy King. Now, all the gods have, all chosen by a vote, but mainly Kishan Uchiha just forced the hand on it. So, yeah. So, this is where he becomes the Galaxy King. Now, this is where we're going to switch back to the Galaxy battle, and Deku's looking at all the gods, and he's ready to prepare the fight to get qualified and not to, disappoint the gods because he might get erased or worse. He doesn't know. Now, any other who, let's get this battle started. Now, they've both been teleported to, you could say, the battlefield. Now, Naruto, of course, he summons his, well, you could say he do his Shaolin Jutsu, and he pretty much celebrate, or you could say, go around all around the battlefield to pretty much get in position. Now, this is where Deku, and we're gonna say a little bit older Deku, or calm-minded and stuff, is pretty much why I'm gonna say these are black fire spikes, or black orbital spikes, and pretty much pierce through half of the clones. Now, this is where Naruto back up from one of the spikes to not get pierced. As he's breathing hard, because we're gonna say these spikes can pretty much take pretty much this form. The form is a little that pretty much form to it. Now, this is where he pretty much form and charge at Deku, much punching him in the gut, him flying far. Now, as he's getting sent flying far, this is where Naruto, some say forms of Rasengan, with all the elements inside of it, pretty much hit uh, Deku in the back, sending him flying again into a building. Now, of course, this Deku is pretty much falling down to the ground and coughing up a little blood. But this is where he pretty much start hitting to phase two, and his hair begins to grow longer. Do a quick pause. Be right back. All right, let's get back started. Sorry that I have been pausing and unpausing. I had to do a lot of stuff, had to get a lot of stuff done because, like I said, I'm black and black people have a lot of stuff to do, which I'm not being racist. I'm just saying a lot of stuff has to be done. All right, in Hood, let's get back to that battle that I had to, well, you could say, stop time on. Now let's resume. Pretty much, Deku pretty much is growing out his hair, or you could say his hair is getting longer, and he begins to grow muscles and stuff. As I could say, he's getting quite stronger. Now, Deku begins to get more cocky and begins to say, "Huh, you're pretty strong. I wonder who gave you that power." Which Naruto begins to say, "Huh, you're pretty strong about yourself too." Now, this is where Deku begins to walk very slowly. Now, as he's walking very slowly, he begins to create craters. And when I say craters on the ground, I mean cracks. And cracks are pretty much cracking the whole stadium around. Now, each step he's stepping, uh, this is where Naruto begins to get punched. And he's getting punched left to right and everywhere. Now, this is where Kishan Uchiha begins to smile. And he begins to stand up and say, "Huh, look like he knows that technique. I never even taught him that." And this technique it begins to call as the light speed punches. Now, the light speed punches is where you pretty much is the person walking very slowly, but you could say you're walking, but at the same time running. But pretty much, Deku is pretty much walking, but at the same time he's running and punching him multiple times. Now, this is where of course Deku stepped one more step and he blitzed and punched Naruto, sending him flying to a coliseum, or you could say to a building, and pretty much shattering, or you could say breaking a couple of Naruto bones. Now this is where Naruto coughs up, you could say blood, and starts to hit down. Now he begins to try to heal up because, like I said, his thing can heal him up, or you could say his nine tails from is healing him up, or the QB chakra. Now as he's healing up, this is where Deku quickly kicks Naruto face up and says, and grabs his throat and slams him in the wall. Now, as he's slamming him in the wall, this is where Deku begins to punch him multiple times in the chest. Now, this is where the other god stands up and says, "Naruto, don't forget the power I give you." Which this is where Naruto remembers what the god says. He can do a lot of things with the power. It's just it's just all depends on what he can do with it. This is where Naruto opened up his Rinnegan, Galaxy Eyes, and he begins to say, "Now fall in the infinite illusion." This is where Deku begins to get trapped in the, you could say, illusion. Now, Deku's looking around saying, "What is this?" And he begins to, you could say, getting smarter and says, "So that's what those eyes can do. Infinite illusion. I think I might want to take them myself." And he begins to breaks through the illusion, which Naruto says, "What? How can that?" And pretty much punch him in the punch him in the apple and send him flying into a wall. Now, Naruto is pretty much down, and and I know Naruto has a lot of chakra, so he's trying to heal up, but this is where Deku pretty much shoot him with 1,000 arrows and pretty much make sure he can't heal up, and Naruto's pretty much down. This is where Deku pretty much the next match, which Kishan Uchiha stands up and says, "Well, we have here, and it's the Galaxy King himself, Deku." Now, Deku had won the first match, which this is Kishan Uchiha begins displaying the next match and how it happened. Now, since Naruto failed this one, Naruto Universe shall not be erased because hmm, it was a good match we watched, so we will let his universe slide. But he might can get back into the next round for the preliminary rounds, or you could say for the loser rounds. But other than that, now This is where, of course, I and Shishan Uchiha shall explain. The next match shall be with with the other contenders of a Naruto and Deku, or just two Narutos coming at each other. Now, the next battle will be part two later on, probably tomorrow, of the live broadcast. But I'm sorry if everybody was supporting Naruto. Naruto, he was a good, you could say, fighter, and he had the Galaxy Renegades and stuff. And the Galaxy Renegades, like I said, have multiple abilities and most feats. And he has the QP Chroma, and he had good fast regeneration ability. But how can I say this? The Galaxy King, if you become the Galaxy King, you can pretty much do anything. Not as anything as the Galaxy God, but anything close to the Galaxy God, such as summoning beings, some beings. You can heal yourself instantly. You can move in light speed, kind of like Maiden Heaven, and you can do multiple things that most people can't do. But sadly, Naruto didn't have that. If he was the Galaxy King and Deku was the Galaxy King, it would just basically be on based on who was intelligent and who know how to use their thing. But since Naruto only had the Galaxy Rinnegan and not the Galaxy King powers and was not the king, he couldn't stand a chance that much. So the winner is Deku. Sorry that y'all guys might be butthurt about it, but the next match will be good. So I'm Keishan Achia. Thanks for watching for the part one. And let me do these other videos and hopefully entertain y'all for these other videos. And also, don't be butthurt. I will do these videos that y'all guys wanted me to do. Like, what if Deku was this and what if Naruto was that? So, none of y'all get butthurt about this Galaxy battle. And I will get started with the other videos. But, anyways, peace out, guys. And I hope y'all enjoyed the battle. See ya.